Hello, hi Scorpios. Thank you so very much for choosing me. I do hope you are all well and have a lovely March. This is Bella, and I'm the Secret Psychic. And how I work is I work with my spirit guides, so it's them conveying through me a general overview when it comes to love for March 2017. And if you don't know anything about me, just look at the links below, or come and join me on my Facebook community where I do live daily card draws, and every week I do a live on a subject that's voted on by my followers there. So, what's in store for you when it comes to love for March? What is it that my guides want to convey to you? The beginning of the month has been shown to me like this. So, the first week, pretty much, there is a need for any of you that have been feeling like you're struggling with matters of the heart. This can be in a practical, real life way. This can just be in your emotions. That it's time to basically acknowledge that that's how you feel, but also that you need to move yourself forward from that element that's going on. So that practical element, it feels to me that you just need to almost accept that it is what it is, basically, the way that your love life happens to be at that moment in time, or how at least you're perceiving it, or the lack of something not happening. It feels to me that some of you, particularly in established connections, there is a great need for actually wanting to house move with that person or move in with the person, and that's going to be happening for you, but it feels like there's some sort of struggle connected to it, basically. So either the person's umming and ahhing about the when they're going to move in, or in particular, maybe both of you are umming and ahhing, or maybe the market is just slow. Whatever it is, there just feels to me there's some frustration, particularly when it's connected to a house move. But where it's connected to the emotions, it feels very, very, very much that actually what it is that you're frustrated by is like there's this need to accept, basically, that right now in that week you can either go with it and not worry about it, or spend your week worrying about it, basically. There is a need for you to basically try to, at an emotional level, move past that and move forward with that lack of, or that frustration, or whatever it is that's happening for you in a romantic nature. So again, for some of you who are single, it could be that you're just, feeling like you're meeting the same type of person. Acknowledge that. Change your thoughts is what I would say. And for those of you who know me very well, it's about how you perceive things can be your reality. So change your thoughts. Accept that just for now, it's not the reality of your life, definitely not going forward, but just for now, that's how you're feeling. And for those of you that are in established connection, that you feel like there's just something stuck, or you're waiting for somebody and there's still something stuck, just acknowledge that for now, yes, it will be stuck, but does it move forward when you emotionally move forward? And almost don't dwell on it, don't stress on it, because it's just the week. Then I would say yes. There's this a need to put your struggles, like hold on to your struggles a little bit, but don't nurture them and feed them and make them into a bigger monster than what they are. They're just, all of us have struggles and connections in our life, and just for that moment in time, this feels a bit like that. I hope I've explained that well. I say it's just for the week because it's been shown just a feeling for the week, or that whatever practically isn't moving for you, particularly with this need to move, in a practical level, seems to shift greatly the rest of the month, apart from the end. We'll get there in a minute. So in the second week, it's kind of just been shown to me like this, that actually, oh gosh, I don't know how to explain this, because they're showing me lots of practical things. I'm getting you spending lots of money, but on love and things. Again, this may be linked to this whole property thing we talked about before in the first week, but also I'm getting here a spending on money in the relationship. So either you want to look better so that when you're dating, you've got a new wardrobe, you've got a new haircut, or you're buying on somebody else. But it feels to me that you are, in a very practical element way, spending money on a connection to improve the connection as well. So again, for some of you, this will be, right, I'm going to get out these stacks and struggles. I'm going to buy an engagement ring to change the circumstances, to bring new life and new commitment into the relationship. It could also be that you just went out one day, saw a scarf, and thought that would be really nice for the person that I'm with, and I'm going to buy it for them. Or for myself, because I feel that will enhance my energy and I will feel better. There's something about basically you doing something in a very practical way. So I'm using money as an example because that's what my guides are showing me, but it could also be other practical things that you are doing to help improve your love life. So there's a bit of a theme in terms of some practical elements coming up quite a lot for Scorpios in this. For some of you, particularly if you're single, and particularly for those who are waiting for somebody else, it's almost like you turn your back and say, you know what, I'm frustrated with that element, so what can I do to cheer myself up? So it's that whole self-love thing. So it might be that you're going to buy yourself candles, you buy yourself chocolates, or whatever it is. You're doing something to make yourself feel better, to turn your back on this other person who's just been frustrating you in your energy. You're like, nope, that's fine. That's what I want. I don't care. I'm going to do things for myself. I'm going to make myself feel better in whatever I want. But it is all still connected about how you feel when it comes to love and how love makes you feel, and where sometimes we do rely on other people to give us what we need to kind of make us feel good about ourselves and love. But sometimes we just need to do it for ourselves. If somebody else is not going to do it, then you're going to do it. But whatever it is, in a connection, not in a connection, for yourself or whatever, you're doing something so that you feel good about the connection that you do have. In the third week, so much about money coming up in your reading, because it is saying here that actually, and I want to take this in the literal sense by what my guides are saying, but I also feel this is also rooted in emotion. So it feels to me that some of you really did spend some money, and in the third week you're like, oh gosh, I've made myself a bit in a hardship here because I perhaps overindulge in what it was that I spent in that relationship to kind of set the fire back in it, or I spent too much on me, and now I might look really, really good or feel really happy, but I don't have any money left. There is that kind of element going on, and then there is this thing of, like I said, because it's not necessarily all about money, but there is all this thing about you putting in so much practical help and support into that connection that in the third week you kind of burnt yourself out and you're a bit tired. So it like flips back the other way. It's almost like you gave so much instead of it being moderate and balanced, that in the third week you're like, I can't be bothered now. Or a little bit resentful, because for some of you, and I think a small number, you would have spent so much time or money on somebody else and not feeling that you're getting it back. And so you kind of go in that kind of cycle again. Just be aware of that. And I think because if you're seeing this, you might decide, actually, I will give an input in it, but perhaps I will be much more moderate with what it is I choose to do, so that I'm not feeling that way in the third week. Feels to me that you need somebody, like it's becoming more apparent that you need somebody to give you much more than what they are. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to, again, buy anything on you. It's what they invest in the connection that you are needing. And for some of you, feeling like you're fed up of you, the only one doing the hard work, at least that's how you feel. And I think for most of you that would be true. You are doing this isolated. Like it feels very one-sided. So even if you're an established connection, for this month, it feels very much that you're feeling like every time I'm trying, I had that feeling, I've accepted it. Now I've tried to make a difference, and it did work temporarily, but I'm still not getting anything back because I feel now exhausted or feel left out. I feel back on my own again. For some of you, it feels to me that as you then get into the fourth week, you may, I don't want to say self-destructive, but it feels like you may just truly lose it. And that can be displayed in many different ways. The example my guides are giving me is almost like you turning to something that's not good for you. So this could be a number of different things. This could be cheating. This could also be drink, alcohol, something addictive. It could also be I mean, there's so many different things it could be in a general way, but for some of you, you almost go a bit wild because you have this need to change something or to even be noticed. Sometimes we will act a certain way or do something a little bit destructive just because we want somebody else to notice that we are slipping down a bit of a low hole, basically. That's some of you. For the others, Scorpios, it's still not a good feeling, but it feels like you might get overly possessive over the other person. Like you might try again, like you did in the second week, give an abundance of stuff to try and boost some effort from them, that actually it swings too much. Like now you're really becoming possibly needy and possibly just too much. Like I just get high anxiety. It's a weird way to finish the month, and I think you're the only sign, and I'm so sorry, but I want to tell you the truth in how I see it, that just out of all the signs, that has a very kind of month. I think what it's asking you to do is to probably reevaluate this particular connection, new, established or otherwise, about the health of it, I think, and how it's affecting you at an emotional and mental level. Something needs to shift, basically, greatly, because it's leading you to be sporadic a little bit, because you're trying different techniques to get attention. I think here, like I said, because this is just a month reading, so don't let this be a reflection that, oh my God, it means doom and gloom. It means I'm going to be splitting up with somebody. No, it just means that in this month, this is how you feel. And sometimes in all relationships, we have those funky moments, basically. This happens to be yours. But it is asking you to reevaluate what is right and best for you so that you can live in a healthy way without these frustrations. If that makes sense. Keep your thoughts positive though, because even though I've highlighted some things that concern me, or through my guides, we have the power to change a lot of things by how we think about things and how we set our intentions. So if you don't know what I mean, I do have a video on the law of attraction and manifesting that's on this on my channel. Do look at that, and hopefully that will explain more about how you can change even this very outcome that I've just said. But if it happens to you in the way that I've been shown, then do take the time to reflect on what is needed to change yourself out of this frustration, and don't self-harm. I think don't self-sabotage, particularly as you get to the end of the month, because that's not going to be good for you, and surely isn't going to be good for that other person, particularly if you're wanting them to desire you in the way that you want. I do hope that's helped, so take care. And if you like this, even though it's a slightly doom and gloom a little bit, slightly, then do comment, do share. I hope that's been helpful, Scorpios. Food for thought, I think, this month, definitely. But remember, you can change your intentions, you can change the way that things impact you greatly. So I do hope that's helped you today. Take care.